that time of year where we start pruning our fruit trees, and it depending on your little microclimate in your garden, some of your trees may still be holding a little bit of leaf, while others may have dropped all their leaves. Now I've got some trees here. This is another section of our private gardens. We've got, what have we got? We've got a pear tree, we've got a nashi fruit, we've got a nectarine, we've got another pear, and in actual fact this one over here is the apricot that we almost lost about a year ago or so. It had that sort of gummosis developing on it, and we got a lichen all over it as well. We saved it by cutting it back at the right time, and you don't prune them back now because it's too early for the apricots. They need to have the sap flow going through, so it's pretty much late winter, early spring when you start cutting these back, and that depends on the season as well, because if it's not really that cold in winter, they don't actually go dormant, so the tree's still got a bit of sap flow and life in them. But nevertheless, we're going to wait for that one there. All these ones over here, we're going to clean them up. We did lose a little bit of this one here. This is an ashi pear. We lost a little bit of that. Oh well, we had a lot of dieback on that, but I cut that back in summer, and this side is very productive. You can see a lot of all those spurs here that are going to produce beautiful fruit on it for us in this coming springtime, and hopefully we work these upright ones, because if they grow straight up, they produce absolutely nothing. They just go straight up to the sky and give you a nice canopy. We're going to cut these back and shape them outwards as well. And that pear tree, we left it, but the frost hit it and a heat wave hit it, so we're going to take all those little spurs going straight up, right back down to about 1 or 2 buds, and hopefully they'll start producing from there the following year. But the rest of it's quite active, so I think we've got about 60 fruit off this, 70 fruit, which is not bad considering I neglected it. Now this one over here, what we're going to do here is talk about, and it's not about pruning today, it's actually about bluestone copper sulfate and hydrated lime. I'm going to grab them. There we are. These two products, when combined together, they create what you would probably know in the retail world as leaf curl spray or fungus fighter or co-side. All those different brands are pretty much one in the same, and it's bluestone copper sulfate base with hydrated lime, and the mixing rate, and you can buy these separately, we've got them online as well, and it's really cheap by comparison to buying a branded pre-mixed product. You basically put 1 teaspoon of bluestone copper sulfate in hydrated lime, builder's lime, the stuff you make concrete or mortar mix with, 2 teaspoons of this, so 1 of these, 2 of these in 1 litre of water, and you apply it to your trees basically once a month now in winter. So if you've got a nectarine or a peach tree and it gets riddled in leaf curl, put your tea bags down, laugh at me if you wish, but the tea bags do have a great effect in controlling it. But as well, the spray, you need to do this once a month in winter and twice a month in springtime, except when the tree's in full bloom, because you don't want to affect it setting fruit. If you spray this while the flowers are out, you probably burn them, they'll fall off and you won't get any fruit as well. So to protect it from leaf curl, there's at least 8 applications to be done, and it starts now, not in spring when you start seeing the leaves curling. That's too late. That's when the spores already become active. Now this tree as well, have a quick look. We've got it suckering up from the base, the rootstock. That's taken off there. I've got to take all that out as well, and we did do a light prune in summer, but you can see we've got some more growth after that. That all has to come down as well. Now it is a little bit early for that one with the leaves on it, but the rest of the tree's already dormant, so you really got to judge it on your own accord based on what your weather's doing in your backyard, front yard, nature strip. If your trees are completely dropped their leaves or deciduous, completely dormant, then go ahead and give them a prune. If they're still holding leaf like that one over there is, don't touch it, because you probably push some energy back into it and you're opening up a wound that's not going to heal, and disease will come into it. So I'm going to make a spray to spray my tree once a month now in winter and twice a month in spring. Go to our website for more information, vasili'sgarden.com. It's important to actually dilute this properly too, and you'll find if it's really cold, the water, the bluestone may take a little bit longer to dilute, so it's a good thing to maybe use a little bit of warm water when diluting the mixture, then add the cold water to cool it down again. This is purely for demonstration purposes for you guys at home, for you lovely gardeners out there who want to look after your trees. to spray to the point of runoff, and that means where it's actually dripping off the branches. So you can see it starts to gather up and drip. Here we are, look at that. That's what I mean there. That's what you need. And it needs to fall down on the ground as well. So if you want to, you can actually spray your ground, because the spores do hibernate in the soil in the mulch during winter. And you need to suppress them. And the only way to do that is with your easy hand sprayer and your bluestone copper sulfate and hydrated lime.